Hi, Christopher.
Hey Stefan, how are you?
Good. It's good to be back with you. And as always, I like to ask pointed questions about foreclosures. And today I just wanted to ask what are the different strategies for buying and holding if I want to develop a portfolio?
The one thing that we talk to our investors about, and this is something I really dive in deep with, I'll have a one-on-one with somebody, and if they're trying to say, I want to buy and hold, what are the best areas that I should go to? And is it okay to buy an investment or a rental property far away from home? And my answer is yes. I own several different rental properties, and some of them I haven't been to for years because for me, it's all about whether they have positive cash flow and do I have good renters in them. And so often I get the question is people say, I want to buy a rental property very close to me because I know my neighborhood or I know and feel comfortable with that. Well, if you live in an expensive neighborhood and it's not going to cash flow as much, I think sometimes it's better to go out of area. Vestus, I think, as most people know, have offices all throughout the state. We have offices in King, Pierce, Snohomish, Spokane, Thurston, Kitsap, everywhere. And right now,
And
Pierce
in other
County and
states too.
yeah, and Pierce County and Thurston, ironically, will cash flow better. North Tacoma is on fire right now. I can still get a house for under $130,000 and probably have a cash flow 500 or 600 a month, whereas it's going to be harder for me to do that sometimes in King County. And
What
again,
about,
parts of Snohomish County are very affordable as well. And so I think what I try to tell the investor is you have to make a decision of one of two things. Do you want to have positive cash flow, or do you want to play the appreciation game? Because sometimes buying in a better neighborhood or maybe even a more expensive neighborhood, as the market goes up, you're going to face more appreciations. I mean, simple math. If the market goes up 10% and I'm buying in a $300,000 neighborhood, I'm no longer really trying so much for the cash flow. I'm trying to play the future appreciation that thing's going to go up $30,000 and hopefully in the next 3 years, $50,000. And so it's two schools of thought. But for most people right now, they're trying to work off of a yield and they're trying to work off of how much can I get for my money and how much positive cash flow can I get per month right now. Now, non-owner occupied rates for rental investment properties are still phenomenal. They've gone up just a little bit and we expect them to come down just a little bit. But for right now, you very easily could cash flow in most of the areas if you go just even a couple mile radius outside of Seattle. So Pierce County becomes very popular, Thurston County, parts of Snohomish County, a lot of them, because I just get more bang for my buck. I can buy a cheaper property and rents are still very strong in all of those areas.
I like
Some
Kitsap. I like
part Kit,
Kitsap.
Kitsap again. Kitsap's a little bit further away, and it's a little bit different energy, if you will. But my answer is absolutely yes.
And
I
when
think
you're
we're.
that
Go ahead.
sorry, when you're that far away and something goes wrong, it's good to have a team. Tell me about that. You know,
Well, I'm glad that you asked. I mean, for me, with my properties, and what I encourage people to do is I have the rents automatically put into a bank account by the 5th of the month. I have the mortgage always taken out by the 10th so that you never have to touch the money. Everything is all automatic. You don't have to worry about checks getting lost in the mail or people not being able to pay on time. I mean, rent's due by the 5th, and there's banks everywhere that they can make that deposit on. I have the mortgage automatically taken out. And then most importantly, I have a team that I have, and I encourage people to have this, that when the toilet breaks, I have that taken care of. If there's a leaky sink or there's a problem, I have a team that goes to the property to make sure it's continuously being kept in good shape. So the worries of being a landlord, and particularly being a landlord with properties far away, are all taken away by those ingredients. If I have something that's automatically deposited, automatically taken out, and a team that takes care of it, and I've got a good renter in there, I have peace of mind having a property 20 miles away or 1 mile away. It doesn't matter. If I know it's being taken care of, I would rather have something possibly further away if it made me more positive cash flow per month.
yeah, you got to go where the equity is growing and the cash flow is working.
Correct.
Well, this has been excellent. Is there anything else? I know I jumped in there, but is there something else you wanted to say or?
I just think that investors have to understand what level they want to be involved. Some investors like to be very involved and visit their properties a lot. Some people are just say, I just want my money working for me the best as possible. So I think what's important is when you get into buying foreclosures, you have to know your strategy ahead of time. You should have your money set up. Everyone knows we use a company called Eastside Funding that gives people a bridge loan the day of the auction. And your
Yeah.
job is to convert that into a regular conventional loan as soon as possible when you're buying investment properties because you want to take advantage of those great rates right now. And just, I think, understand your strategy. Know your 6 month plan, a year plan, a 3 year plan, and honestly, maybe even know your exit strategy. But the more you know that and the more you have a game plan, I think the more successful you'll be at it.
Very good. It's so good to talk with you. I like this informal discussion that we've got going, and we hope to invite more people to this in the future. Thanks, and we'll see
Great
you
to see you,
next week.
Stefan. See you next time.
Alrighty.